You might not have noticed, but 2025 is quietly becoming a nightmare for countless American restaurant chains. Places tied to family dinners and childhood birthdays now flicker with dim lights and empty tables. Soaring inflation, skyrocketing rents, and rising labor costs are dragging iconic brands to the brink of extinction. If you've ever loved one of these names, now might be your last chance to visit. Don't look away, these names will shock you. 13. Hard Rock Cafe, once a must-visit for tourists, where you munched burgers while eyeing Jimi Hendrix's guitar or Elvis's jacket. Hard Rock Cafe is fading into an outdated relic in 2025, playing a tune no one's listening to anymore. Dining rooms are sparse. Rock memorabilia walls no longer captivate younger crowds hooked on Instagram, Spotify, and immersive experiences. Hard Rock thrived on prime tourist city locations, but those sky-high rents are now choking the chain. The menu isn't saving them either. $20 burgers rival fast food in quality. Cold dishes, lackluster service, and a vibe stuck in 1997 aren't cutting it. Efforts to refresh, live-streamed concerts, localized menus, flopped for missing what today's diners want. Gen Z isn't shelling out to eat under dusty leather jackets. They crave lively spaces, tasty food, and fair prices, things Hard Rock is losing daily. 12. Sbarro. If you grew up grabbing massive, piping hot pizza slices on plastic trays amid mall food court chaos, you know Sparrow. An icon of when food courts were America's cheap, convenient culinary hubs. But those glory days are gone, and in 2025, Sparrow teeters on the edge of vanishing. The issue isn't the pizza, it's the ecosystem Sparrow leaned on. Dying malls. As shoppers abandon these retail cathedrals, Sparrows is left stranded in desolate, dusty spaces with dwindling foot traffic. Attempts at standalone stores or rebranding feel like gluing a sinking ship. Meanwhile, flour, cheese, and rent costs are surging. Sparrow lacks tech-savvy or standout quality. Modern players like MOD Pizza or Blaze win younger hearts with custom toppings, stone-fired pies, and quick service. Sparrow's stuck with a recipe from 2 decades ago. Worse, franchises are closing quietly. No press, no fanfare. One day, your Sparrow's there. The next, a cold for lease sign hangs in its place. 11. Outback Steakhouse. Outback Steakhouse was America's taste of Aussie dining. Sizzling steaks, crispy onion blooms, and cozy vibes. But in 2025, the chain's fighting not competitors but its own once-proud model. Skyrocketing beef costs have gutted profits. Outback raised menu prices, but instead of keeping diners, they're driving them away. A $35–40 steak isn't tempting for families grappling with inflation and tighter budgets. The sit-down, table-service steakhouse with a traditional menu is losing appeal with younger diners who want speed, flexibility, and fewer strings. Rivals like Texas Roadhouse or modern fast casual chains lure customers with quicker, cheaper, more dynamic experiences. Outback's digital push, apps, online deals, came too late. While competitors pivoted pre-pandemic, Outback's caught between classic quality and half-baked tech. Since late 2024, at least 50 Outback locations have closed quietly. Some major markets saw the brand exit entirely, signaling it's out of step with today's pace. With middle-aged diners eating out less, Outback's future looks grim. 10. Chuck E. Cheese. Just hearing Chuck E. Cheese sparks memories for many Americans. Noisy birthday parties, plastic tokens, glowing arcade games, and cheesy pizza slices. But in 2025, those memories aren't enough to keep this model alive in a modern world. After a 2020 bankruptcy, Chuck E. Cheese tried to rebound. But rebounding isn't recovering. Remaining locations are mostly empty, facilities are worn, and worse, they feel out of place in a society that's moved on fast. Kids today have iPads, YouTube, TikTok, and Fortnite. Personal, convenient entertainment that doesn't require parents driving to an outdated arcade. Parents, the real payers, are wary of Chuck E. Cheese's hygiene, safety, and dated vibe. Those creaky robot mice aren't cute anymore, they're borderline creepy. The food, never a strength, falls flat against modern pizza chains or even supermarket take and bake. Everything here feels like a past icon, rather than a practical choice today. Chuck E. Cheese tried selling frozen pizzas in grocery stores, a misfit idea that flopped. With lingering debt, zero innovation, and a family entertainment market shifting rapidly, many locations are fading away. 9. Boston Market. There was a time when Boston Market was the go-to for a cozy, home-style meal without cooking. With rotisserie chicken, roasted meats, stewed veggies, and hot cornbread, it was a safe choice in a greasy fast food world. But in 2025, that safety is a burden. Modern diners want two things: convenience and fresh experiences. Sadly, Boston Market delivers neither. Its traditional service model is overshadowed by sleek fast food chains, supermarkets with flexible hot food counters, or personalized delivery apps. In a society prizing speed and variety, Boston Market's stale menu and dated service feel sluggish and out of touch. Surging ingredient costs, poultry, vegetables, and packaging, have driven meal prices up sharply. Yet, ironically, quality hasn't improved. Diners compare. For the same money, they can get tastier, faster, even Instagram-worthy options elsewhere. Worse, Boston Market is drowning in legal and PR woes. Lawsuits over wage theft, poor working conditions, and food safety violations have battered its image. In 2024, over 15% of its stores closed, most without notice, no fanfare, just gone. 8. IHOP. The smell of morning pancakes was IHOP's hallmark, a place for family gatherings, friend hangouts, or students recovering from late nights. But in 2025, that icon is fading. It's not that tastes changed, it's that IHOP hasn't kept up with America's new rhythm. Post-pandemic, ingredient costs, eggs, milk, butter, skyrocketed, making a pancake plate less cheap and cheerful. Once a favorite for big portions and low prices, IHOP now feels overpriced when Starbucks, Dunkin', or home cooking offers better value. The issue isn't just price. The brand's caught between modernizing and clinging to its past. Rebranding stunts like IHOB, International House of Burgers, confused diners more than excited them. People want familiarity but find a brand unsure of its identity. Pressure from its parent company to renovate and upgrade locations, while sales slump, has pushed some franchisees to close quietly. Once bustling mornings are now sparse, with dated, lifeless dining rooms. While loyal older diners and families still come for sit-down breakfasts, younger crowds have moved on. They want quick, trendy, social media-friendly options. IHOP, the proud, international house of pancakes, is losing ground on its home turf. 7. Ruby Tuesday. If Ruby Tuesday was once your spot for relaxed evenings, it now feels more forgotten than memorable. In 2025, it's fading from America's dining map, not with loud crashes, but silent closures, one location at a time. The chain once boasted over 800 U.S. spots. After a 2021 bankruptcy, only a handful remain, many operating at half capacity. Worn tables, quiet rooms, and a menu unchanged for over a decade tell the story. Today's diners need more than decent food. They want experiences, vibrant vibes, customizable dishes. But Ruby Tuesday sticks to industrial fried chicken, lackluster salad bars, and pasta that fills you up but leaves you uninspired. Attempts at revival, takeout services, menu tweaks, meal kit partnerships fizzled. Meanwhile, fast casual chains like Sweetgreen, Cava, or Panera Bread win with healthy eats, fresh branding, and youth-friendly experiences. 6. Red Lobster. Once the perfect spot for fancy yet approachable seafood dinners, Red Lobster is trapped in its own legend. Its famed endless shrimp deal, once a hit, is now a double-edged sword. With shrimp prices soaring and customers piling on, the chain's bleeding. Insiders reveal each endless shrimp diner costs Red Lobster $5 in losses. A short-term promo would have been fine, but it became a brand pillar, a promise no one can afford to keep. The result? Depleted finances and prolonged losses. It's not just shrimp. Imported seafood, shrimp, crab, and salmon, is at record-high prices. U.S. operating costs, rent, labor, and food storage are spiking too. Diners aren't eager to pay $25 for a plate of frozen shrimp linguine with bland cream sauce. Red Lobster's losing ground as tastes shift. Younger diners pick poke bowls, fast casual fried fish, or delivered sushi rolls, fresher, trendier, and more convenient. Red Lobster's experience feels frozen in 2005, from decor to service. Its owner, Thai Union, is scrambling to restructure U.S. operations after tens of millions in 2024 losses. But is there time? As rivals race ahead, Red Lobster lags amid price crises and changing diner expectations. Without a bold pivot, not just pricing but brand identity, Red Lobster risks being swept away. Those iconic Cheddar Bay biscuits might soon live only in memory. 5. TGI Fridays. There was a time when TGI Fridays embodied America's party spirit. Vibrant lights, buzzing bars, endless appetizers, and shouting, "Fridays for forgetting your worries." But in 2025, the scene is somber. Empty seats, outdated menus, and an atmosphere stuck in the past. Friday's trouble isn't one big shock, but years of refusing to evolve. While Gen Z and millennials flock to open spaces with healthy eats, fair prices, and Instagrammable vibes, Fridays still pushes rainbow cocktails and greasy dishes at prices that don't feel fun or affordable. Attempts to refresh, Instagram-friendly menus, colorful drinks, even eye-catching dessert towers, are just lipstick on a fading brand. Staples like nachos, cheese sticks, or fried wings haven't changed in nearly 2 decades, while the market's palate has moved on. Insiders reveal over 20% of locations quietly closed in the past 3 years. Not with loud bankruptcies, but a silent retreat. No press, no lights, no farewell. If things don't turn around fast, Fridays could vanish without anyone noticing. Diners don't need a $10 margarita when they can grab an organic smoothie for half that at a local cafe. Nor do they want to sit in a $19.99 decorated space for a plate of tomato-sauced pasta. To survive, TGI Fridays needs more than a menu tweak. It needs a full overhaul of mindset, service, and purpose. In a world where weekends offer dozens of better options, the Friday feeling is just a fading memory. 4. Buffalo Wild Wings. Once the ultimate hangout for raucous gatherings, from NFL showdowns to nail-biting NBA nights, Buffalo Wild Wings had its heyday with fragrant wings, cold beers, and hundreds of glowing TVs. But in 2025, it's losing both its wild and its wings, and the trust of loyal fans. First, the price issue. With chicken costs soaring, a dozen wings can hit $20, a price that makes many hesitate. But instead of streamlining costs or boosting experience, Buffalo Wild Wings passes the burden to customers. Result? Diners walk away, opting for local wing joints with better prices, fresher quality, and no sneaky service fees. The vibe's cooling too. Instead of cheering crowds, you get daytime TV reruns, empty chairs, and weary staff. Alcohol sales, a profit backbone, are tanking as younger diners drink less and prefer healthier, more connected spaces. Competitors like Wingstop, local craft beer bars, or even food trucks are stealing market share. They're nimbler, with tighter menus, fairer prices, and closer ties to local culture. Meanwhile, Buffalo Wild Wings is stuck in an outdated, costly formula that's lost its edge. Living off Super Bowl nostalgia won't cut it. Buffalo Wild Wings must redefine itself fast in a market shifting monthly. Otherwise, even during the biggest games, their seats could stay empty, and those golden wings will fade into memory. 3. Pizza Hut. There was a time when Pizza Hut was every birthday party's start, every American kid's weekend dream. Red-roofed buildings, cheese-scented buffets, thick-crust pies, they crafted unforgettable moments. But in 2025, those memories are overshadowed by reality. Pizza Hut is slipping into the past. In just 18 months, over 400 U.S. locations quietly closed. Gone are crowded family nights or packed evenings, replaced by silent for lease signs where vibrant hubs once stood. Why is this pizza temple on such shaky ground? The service model's a big culprit. As the market races toward quick ordering, personalized experiences, and modern spaces, Pizza Hut clings to old-school dine-in, bulky menus, slow delivery, and rigid operations. Domino's and Papa John's outpace them with speed, lower prices, smart marketing, and user-friendly apps. Ingredient costs are a headache too. Flour, cheese, and labor spikes forced price hikes, but quality hasn't kept up. Late, cold pizzas with soggy crusts and skimpy toppings disappoint. When a pie no longer wows, can nostalgia alone hold customers? Pizza Hut once defined American pizza. But today, with build-your-own pies, wood-fired options, and sleek Italian-style fast casual spots rising, its crown is wobbling. Without a tech, quality, and service overhaul, Pizza Hut risks being retired for good, a relic of a bygone era. 2. Subway. Once the icon of healthy fast food, Subway soared with its Eat Fresh promise, and a network so vast it outstripped McDonald's. But in 2025, that sprawling web is a burden. Instead of showcasing brand strength, it reveals a bloated, chaotic system cracking from within. In 2024, Subway shuttered hundreds of U.S. locations. Franchisees accused the parent company of unreasonable demands, constant store upgrades, and sky-high marketing fees, all while profits shrink. Behind the fresh signs lie frozen ingredients, bread criticized as not bread-like, and a declining operation. Customers are pickier now. They've realized a $6 sub isn't as healthy as advertised. Many complain of paper-thin deli meats, wilted veggies, and messy sauces, all wrapped in soggy bread. Subway's customization, once a strength, now feels clunky with poorly trained staff, slow service, and inconsistent results. Subway hasn't stood still. They rolled out new meat slicers, premium wraps, and celebrity tie-ins. But it's not enough to mask the truth. Trust is fracturing. Diners who chose Subway for quick and clean now turn to wood-fired sandwiches, local farm-to-table eats, or fast-casual chains like Panera or Sweetgreen. To escape this rut, Subway can't just polish an old sandwich. They need a top-to-bottom overhaul, from ingredient quality to operations. Otherwise, Eat Fresh won't be an invitation but a sad memory of an empire getting toasted. 1. Applebees. Once the cozy pick for American Friday night dinners, where you could grab 2 entrees for $20 and a cold beer after work, Applebee's now feels like a nostalgic painting, slightly faded. In 2025, what defined the neighborhood grill and bar feels outdated to a new crowd uninterested in stale menus and dusty vibes. Inflation has squeezed the middle class, Applebee's core customers, tightening budgets. When a meal here costs as much as a grocery run and Netflix night, people rethink. The 2 for $20 deal is now 2 for $25, no longer a steal. Younger diners shun reheated dishes, boring menus, and decor stuck in 2005. Applebee's tried to adapt. They pumped cash into social media, TikTok influencer campaigns, late-night deals, and flashy cocktails. But it's fallen flat. The vibe that once drew crowds isn't enough anymore. Habit dinners became pit stop visits, then stopped entirely. Financial experts say the chain's closing locations quietly, one by one. No fanfare, no announcements. Without a major shakeup in menu, service, and image, Applebee's could be the next name erased from America's dining map. If you have memories of mozzarella sticks here or a birthday at an Applebee's corner booth, visit soon. Because next time you pass that neighborhood, the familiar sign might no longer glow. The dining industry isn't about biggest wins anymore. It's a delicate balance of costs, experience, tech, and innovation speed. To survive, a restaurant must first grasp that customers aren't loyal to the past. They stay only if the present excites. That's a lesson every brand, big or small, must etch in stone. In an economy tightening wallets and shifting habits every quarter, there are only 2 paths: evolve or be replaced.